we go. Orangeville Flyers with South Simcoe Storm. Flyers looking to continue their start of the season streak. Kelly steps in to take the face-off to start the game for the Flyers. Kelly wins it back to the Flyers blue line. Savory chips it to the center ice. Storm played off the near wing. Back into the Flyers territory. Pass across. Shot. Goodman makes a save. Rebound out front. Picked up by Carter Hunter. Just settle it down and clear the zone down the right wing. And over the blue line. Shot. On target. Rebound sitting there. Cleared out of the way by the Storm. Storm try to fire it up the far boards. Linesman gets in the way. Flyers dump it in behind the net to the near side. Storm pick it up. Passed up through the middle. That'll roll into the Flyers zone on target. Jeffrey Stedman back to pick it up. To the near corner, under pressure. Doesn't get it out far enough. Storm pick it up. Storm centering. Randall picks it off. Randall down the left wing. In the Storm end. Still has it. Cuts in a little too deep. Hits the brakes behind the Storm net. That puck will come out to the middle. Gower pinching, kept it in the zone. Storm turn, fired around the far wing. To the blue line and up to center ice. Gower picks it up, brings it in over the blue line, lets a shot go, missed by the net. Rebound to the far wing. DeCamillis steps on it to keep it in the zone. Storm pick it up. Hard around the boards. Stop there. Gower with a backhand gets it to Randall. Randall throws it behind the net to the far corner for DeCamillis. DeCamillis runs out of the room. Might have caught an elbow. Still has the puck in deep. Shot out front. Loose puck. It's a scramble in front of the net. Storm got a stick on it. We'll backhand that out through center ice into the Flyer zone. Gower collects it. Sends it to the left point. Held there by the Storm. Dumped in Mass. Picks it up and clears it up to center ice. Storm turn, fired into the far corner. Pass back to collect it behind his net to the near wing. Up bumped off of it. Mass picks it up, takes it out the far side. Pass ended for the half board. Shot on target. Gower deflects that to the near wing for Andrade. Andrade centering pass. Just out of the reach of Akey. He was on it. Telford shovels it in over the blue line to Andrade. He tries to get it deep to the corner. Storm players pick it up and send it right back in the Flyer zone. Gower, using his body, picks up the loose puck, takes it to the far wing. The half boards, gets it to the blue line, not quite out. Storm are there. Storm in the middle with the shot over the net, rebound to the near half boards. Picked up by Hunter. He steps around one, gets the puck out of the zone. Tried to hit Kelly, who was on his way. Gower through center ice in over the Storm territory. Through the middle, he gets bumped. Loose puck goes to the far or near corner. Storm chipped to the point. Flyers defense were in a little too deep. Centering across ice pass. Sloan picks it up. Tried to get it to Gower on his backhand. Back to Sloan to Gower. To Hunter waiting at center ice. He'll bring it in over the blue line. Lines up, lets a shot. That was blocked. Kelly with the rebound. Fires it off the pads. Kelly still with possession, out behind to Felix on target. Storm goaltender covers it for the whistle. 6.5 minutes to play in the first period. Kelly steps in to take the face-off. He wins that to the near wing or far wing. Sloan turns and fires it just wide. Hunter to the point for Way. Way with the shot. Didn't get all of it. Steered to the far corner. Storm tries to send it down the far wing. Way back to pick it up and then in his own end. Turns, fires, takes a funny hop off the board. Storm pick it up. Cross ice. DeCamillis just overskated it, has to collect it, turn back, sent across ice to the near wing at center. Way, he'll turn, lift it to the far corner. On target, Storm couldn't pick it up. Randall walks off the boards, lets a shot go through traffic, doesn't reach the net. Nickel dumps it around the far boards behind the net. DeCamillis is there with pressure. Nickel steps in, shovel pass to Randall in the near corner. He'll try to throw it out front. Storm intercept it, comes to the half boards. Randall tried to play it off the boards to Way, but that hit a Storm player. Randall still in the corner, turns, fires it around the boards to the opposite wing. Gower, Savory gets run over. No call right in front of the linesman. Puck played behind the Storm net. Randall to the far corner. Player falling. DeCamillis couldn't get it. Comes to Savory at the point. He throws it towards net. Randall off his backhand. Storm goaltender grabs it and holds on to the whistle. .457 to go in the first period. Telford in for the faceoff. Storm win it. Tried to play it off the boards. Telford grabs it behind the net. Skates to the near corner. Telford throws it up front. Nobody's home. Storm intercept that. Played up to center ice. Jeffrey Stedman. Back to Savory. He'll lift that. Hits a Storm player. Bounces right down in front of him. To Andretti. He'll send it to the near corner. A little behind Storm net. Backhand it to the near wing. Up through the middle to center ice for Jeffrey Stedman. He holds onto it. Gets it across to Savory. Savory up to the blue line. Hops over Andretti's stick. Just cleared out. Andretti clears the zone and gets it back in to the linesman. Storm back up the center. Akey plays it to Jeffrey Stedman to Savory. Through the middle for Telford. He runs out of room. Storm pick it up. Akey backhands it into the zone. Storm trying to fire it towards their bench. They were changing. Jeffrey Stedman across just out of the reach of Savory. Storm having a loose puck in the zone. Throwing towards the net. Jeffrey Stedman intercepts that. Gets it to Felix down the right wing. Felix gets the puck to center. Storm happy to dump it right back into Flyers territory. It's a good bounce to the Storm out the far wing to Felix. He gets tripped up. And the Storm are going to the box for that. Flyers power play. Storm to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first period. See if the Flyers power play can get something going tonight. Kelly on the draw. Back to Gower. Clean shot. On target. Goaltender steers it to the near corner. Out front, he gets run over to Kelly. Felix picks it up in the near corner. To the point for Gower. He'll turn, shoot through traffic. He scores! Flyers goal. I think that might have been Levi Kelly, with Colton Gower getting the assist. Back to 5-on-5. Nickel on the face-off. Scrum draw. Mask gets a piece of it. Gets it to the Storm blue line. Second effort. Dumps it in the zone. Mask holding the blue line. Puck squirts out to center ice. Storm on it. Back in the Flyers territory. Cutting hard. Gower on his man. Randall comes in hot. I think he's going to the box. Flyers penalty, number 13, Logan Randall. 2 minutes for interference, I think. Right, Flyers to the penalty kill. 2:47 to go in the first period. Nickel in for the faceoff, bouncing puck. Storm clear through the legs to the near corner. Way in the corner to Nickel. He turns and fires to the blue line, held there by the Storm. Shot from the point, tipped high over the net. That almost went in. Sloan in the far corner, pressuring. Gets it to DeCamillis. Storm out front. Way with a good stick, turns and fires it. That touched the high stick. Nickel pressuring. Storm with the high stick call. Get the whistle and face off down on the far end. It's a minute 35 to go in the Flyers penalty. Telford steps in to take the face off. Bouncing puck. Telford won it. Storm pick it up. Storm pass across. Intercepted by Way at the blue line. Storm. Apparently they were onside. Telford to Way. Heel turn. Fire it. Down the ice. Storm goaltender sets it up behind his net. Telford in on the forecheck. Cleared to the blue line. Sloan kept it in. Tries to dump it in. Telford holds it. Walks off the boards with it. Telford still with the puck. Finally gets stripped by the Storm. Storm up through center. Telford's all over the place today. He backhands out into the zone. 1 minute to go in the Flyers penalty. Storm up to center ice. Telford again. He'll turn and dump it in. Wide of the net. Andrade. He's the lone man in. Shakes off his attacker. Guess he's going to the box for that. Flyers penalty. Number 16, Nathan Andrade. 2 minutes for elbowing. Out of 5-on-3, 41 seconds. Akey steps in to take the face-off. By Akey to Jeffrey Stedman. We'll settle it down for a second. Turns, fires it off the boards. Now it'll go all the way down into Storm territory. Storm goaltender plays it through deep. Up through the middle, past everybody into the Flyers' end. Savory, he'll get back in time. No, he won't. He'll wave off the icing. He turns, fires it off the boards. That'll roll back into the Storm end. 1 minute to go in the first period. Storm breaking out again. Stretch pass through the middle. Savory almost read that, but tipped it at the last second. Backhand. Tippman with the save. Rebound to Jeffrey Stedman in the near corner. He hits the brakes. Gets it back in behind the net. Jeffrey Stedman fires it off the boards. 4-on-5. Flyers kill off the one penalty. Save. Right. Kelly with some room sends it down. Randall fresh legs out of the penalty box. He'll win this foot race. Hits the brakes. Randall gets it to the far corner. 30 seconds to go. Randall got taken down. No call. He's on it. And now we got a whistle. A little bit of extra shoving afterwards. Just under 19 seconds to go in the penalty period. Kelly steps in to take the face off. Might get waved out. Yep. Hunter takes the draw. Kelly tied up. Hits the shot off. Hits a stick in front. Storm off the boards to the point. Kept there by Mass for a second. Storm cleared up to center ice. Kelly clears it to the far wing. Storm happy to dump it in to the near corner. Gower turns and fires at the buzzer, and that'll do it for the first period. Back to start the second period. Flyers have 32 seconds left in their penalty. Kelly in for the face-off. Kelly won it forward. Hunter just overskated it. Storm pick it up at center ice. Into the Flyer zone through the middle. Gower with a good stick. Turns and dumps it in to the Storm end. To the far corner. Storm goalie plays it to the half boards. To Felix at the blue line. Watching the middle. Under pressure. He gets taken out. Mass shovels it tries to shovel it to the near corner. Storm to the blue line and out. Up through the middle. Gower picks it up. No skate the blue line. Back to 5-on-5. Gower to the half boards to Hunter. Hunter walks off. Half a second too long to get that backhand off set up. DeCamillis in the far corner. DeCamillis shakes off one man. Puck's still there. Hunter calling for it. DeCamillis gets it to him. To the near corner. Hunter to Felix. In the slot by the face-off circle. Storm got a piece of it. Felix back in the near corner. Felix behind the net. Out the far side. To the point to Way. Way winds up. Lets the shot go. Misses just wide. Rebound comes all the way to the far blue line. Sloan couldn't quite hold it in. Second effort. Flyers are clearing. Storm pick it up. No pass it across. Hunter slowed it down. DeCamillis picks it up at center ice. DeCamillis gets past one man to beat. DeCamillis in the near corner. Had a bounce on him. Storm send that through everybody down in the Flyers territory, and that'll be icing. I'll bring the face-off back in the Storm zone. Flyers are back to full strength. Nickel steps in to take the face-off. Nickel. Storm get it to the blue line and out. Jeffrey Stedman dumps it in to the near corner. That'll roll behind the net. Flyers clear and begin the forecheck. Randall got the puck to the far corner, but Storm's right there to pick it up. Storm behind their net, off the far boards to the blue line and out. Storm over to the left wing, not in time. Cleared out by DeCamillis. The Storm blue line. Nickel couldn't hold on to that one. He would have been off on his own. Storm dump it back in the Flyers zone. Icing waved off. Savory back to pick it up. Savory behind Randall. The Nickel at the blue line. Pretty sure that was out. Randall picks it up to center ice. In over the blue line. Randall with the shot. Bad save. Rebound to the near corner. That'll roll to the half boards. Storm passed up through center. Savory picks it up with his blue line. Gets it to Telford fresh off the bench. Telford. Savory to Andrade at center. Andrade in over the blue line. Takes it wide. Andrade behind the net. To the near corner. Thrown out front. Akey had his stick tied up. Comes to Savory at the point. He'll throw it on net. Andrade off the side of the net. Had it wide open. Gets it to Akey out front. Storm touch it for the whistle. And we're going back to the penalty box. Flyers back to the power play. Storm penalty. Telford in for the face-off. Telford won it cleanly. To Andrade with a quick shot. Rebound. Picked up by the Storm. No clear around the near wing to the point. Mass. Having a bit of trouble. Akey picks up the loose puck. Skates through the middle to Telford. To the point for Gower. Gower with the shot. Flyers had no traffic in front of the net. Minute 41 to go in the Flyers power play. Telford back in for the face-off. Bouncing puck picked up by the Storm. Miscommunication. Telford out front for Akey. Akey with the backhand. Saved there by the Storm goaltender. Storm cleared to the near point. Glass had it in his feet. Storm pick it up. In over the Flyers blue line. Gower gets a handle on it. Gets it to Andrade at center. In over the blue line. Andrade under pressure. Gets the puck behind the net to the far corner. Telford gets there first. Kelly steps in to help. Kelly comes off the boards with it. Backhand pass to Gower at the point. He gets stick check. Storm players clear the zone. They've got two. Mass on the back check. Shot. Dittman makes the blocker save. Rebound comes to the near corner. Minute to go in the Flyers power play. They'll get it to the blue line, but not out. Storm back in behind the Flyers net. To the far corner. Shot from a steep angle. That missed wide. Gower fires it to the corner. Hunter to the center ice, right to the Storm player. They'll clear the zone and dump it back in. Kelly on his man. Felix picks up the loose puck. Centering pass intended for Hunter. Intercepted by the Storm. To Gower. Back to Hunter on the blue line. He gains the zone under pressure. Storm shovel it back to their blue line and out of the zone. Storm cross ice just out of his reach. That puck will come to the far corner. Sorry, near corner. Felix to the blue line. Not out. Back to 5-on-5. Storm pick it up in their own end. It's the near wing. To Sloan. He gets that to Hunter on the right wing. Hunter dumps it in. Felix and on the forecheck, pressuring. Storm get it to the near corner. Deacon Mills pins his man. Deacon Mills, Sloan pinching. Deacon Mills gets piece just a little deeper. Move it to Sloan. He doesn't get the pass across. Storm off the glass and down the ice. Way stops skating. Icing waved off. Way picks up the loose puck. He'll bring it to his blue line. And into the Storm zone. Shot on target. Rebound sits there. Randall has the goalie way out of position. Centering pass for Deacon Mills. Couldn't get it. Kick to Sloan. Sloan throws it towards the net. Grabbed there by Nickel to Randall in the near corner. He'll send it to the half boards. Storm pick it up. Sloan jumps all over it. Couldn't hold on to it. Storm clear it out. Way back. Slashes at it. Gets it into the Storm territory. Icing again waved off. They stopped moving. Cleared out to Sloan at center. He'll send it across the way. Way to Randall. Randall had it stripped at center ice. Way swiping at it again. Knocks it off to the red line. Storm turn fired in. Flyer zone. Off the boards. To Akey. Akey around two. Akey's all alone. Comes out front. Shots. Goal! Flyers goal number 44. Oliver Akey. Puts the Flyers up 2-0. 8:03 to go in the second period. Telford on the draw, one cleanly to Jeffrey Stedman. Stedman circling back in his own end. Getting some space. Backhands that to Akey. To Telford at center ice. Telford gets the blue line under pressure. Storm. Poke that away from them. Jeffrey Stedman at the blue line lifts it in. To the near corner. Flyers clear the zone. Storm pick it up behind their net. Right up the near wing. Storm clear the zone through center. In over the Flyers blue line. Shot. Dittman makes the save. Rebound. Cleared to the far corner. Up to center ice. Intended for Telford. Picked off by the Storm. Stick by Kelly to Telford. To Andrade. Andrade had it bouncing. Gets it to Kelly behind the net. Kelly shovels it to the near corner. Telford to the point for Jeffrey Stedman. He'll lift it high off around the boards, back in for Telford. Telford in the corner. Storm get a piece of it to the far near half boards. Telford Tried to bank it off behind him. Intercepted by the Storm. They'll clear it up through center. Back in Flyers territory. Bit of a break. Dittman with the save. Gets that puck behind the Flyers goal. Left far corner. Hunter shovels it along the right wing. Kelly picks it up. So that's Felix. Felix shot just wide. Hunter picks up the loose. No, he doesn't. Just overskated it. Storm clear to the blue line. Jeffrey Stedman picks it up at center. Sends it across for Savory. Savory at the Flyers blue line. Gets it to center ice. Storm. Fired in. On target. Dittman. To Jeffrey Stedman. He'll play it off the wing. To Felix. Gets that to the Storm blue line and chases a Storm. Lift it to the opposite wing, to the blue line. DeCamillis turns, tries to get it in. Second effort does. 5:45 to go in the second period. Felix pressuring. Puck's cleared. Randall to Felix. Felix with the shot. Comes out the near side. DeCamillis with the rebound just behind the net. Randall gets to the blue line. Storm collect it. Through center and over the Flyers blue line. Randall with a good back check. Lifts his man off the puck. Brings it to the far corner. Loose puck in the middle. To the blue line. Storm kept it in. Fired off the near boards to behind the net. Tried to throw it out front. Hits his stick and comes to the far wing. Centering pass in Randall's feet. I think Nickel lifted that to Randall at the blue line. Randall gets held out. Turns, falling, gets it in the zone. Nickel at the blue line. Touches it for offside. Nickel steps in to take the face-off. He wins that off of Randall's skates and goes in the zone. Nickel, Randall battling at the blue line. Puck's in the zone. They're back to the blue line and just comes out. Nickel. Off the boards. Tried to clear it out off the linesman. Centered. Tomas. He'll turn the fire from just outside the zone. Storm goaltender clears it to the near corner. Fired hard around the boards to the blue line and out. Storm. Dump it down into the Flyers' end. Icing waved off. Gower gets it to Randall. On the opposite wing, he'll get it to the blue line and out. Nickel gets a bit of a bump. Storm fire it back into the near corner of the Flyers' territory. Gower picks it up, takes it behind his net. To Randall at the blue line. He shovels it around his man. Randall in over the left wing. Randall with the shot. Missed about a mile over the net. That puck will come to the left blue line. Storm pick it up and clear it down through center ice. Back in Flyers territory. Akey pressuring. Gets a piece of it to Telford at center ice. Telford in over the blue line. Lets a shot go deflected to the far corner. Picked up by Andretti. He pulls it back into his feet to Telford. Telford from a steep angle off the goaltender's head. Saw a bit of the net, but couldn't quite get the game down. Storm back up through center ice. Way swipes at it, knocks him, gets the puck to the near corner to Akey. Akey, lead pass for Andretti. Andretti to the far wing. On net, loose puck. Telford shovels the backhand just wide. Andretti lifts it high into the near corner. Storm pick it up. No play to the blue line. Sloan held his man up at the blue line, but Storm follow, bring it back out. Andretti cuts to the near wing this time. Sends it across, intended for Telford, intercepted by the Storm. Bouncing puck back to Andretti. He'll hit Sloan at the point. Sloan fires it on net. Bumped by the Storm player. Back to Andretti. Through the legs to Telford. Telford has a stick check. Storm clear that puck to center ice. Way. Picks it up. Uses his weight. Unfortunately, I think he's going to go to the box for that. Flyers penalty, number 14, Austin Way. 2 minutes for body contact. Face-off goes all the way down to the Flyers territory to the right of Dittman. Kelly wins the draw to Jeffrey Stedman, who gets a piece of it, fires that down the ice. Strong goaltender, sets it up on his goal line. Felix chasing. Storm misplayed through everybody. Jeffrey Stedman gets there in time for ice to beat the icing, unfortunately. Savory fires that down on target. Felix pressuring from a distance. Storm changed direction, send it to the far corner. Cross ice to center. Storm get the Flyers blue line. Felix pressuring his man. Jeffrey Stedman steps up. Gets the puck to the near corner. Storm throw it out front. Nobody's home. That puck will come all the way back in their own end. Storm pick it up. Bit of a late change by the Flyers. Give the Storm the opportunity to clear their end. Tipped into the Flyers' end. Good stick by Jeffrey Stedman. Shot. Dittman with a toe save. Rebound. To Hunter. He gets the blue line, but not out. Again. Savory along the far boards. Gets it to the corner. 1 minute to go in the second period. Hunter gets it to center ice. He gets stripped of it. Nickel coming in. Couldn't get it in. Storm at their blue line. Send it all the way down the left wing of the Flyer zone. Jeffrey Stedman clears it out. Hunter pressuring. Back to Jeffrey Stedman. He sends it across to Savory. Turns and fires it down. That'll about do it for the Flyers penalty. Back to 5-on-5. Storm up the center. Way fresh out of the box. Slows them down just enough to break up that rush. Flyers are going back to the penalty box. So they're giving Austin another penalty. Fresh out of the penalty box, they get slashing. Well, these refs are definitely from Innisfil. Randall in for the face-off for the Flyers. 7 seconds to go in the period. Randall won it. Mask clears it behind the net to the far wing. Randall turns and fires to end the second period. All right, here we go to start the third period. Flyers again, a man down. Randall in for the face-off. Randall won the draw, gets it to the far corner. He'll chase it. Randall wins that puck battle, gets pinched off. Storm pick it up in the near corner. Storm. And over the left wing of the Flyer zone, Gower holds him up, gets a piece of it, clears the puck to center ice. Storm, turn and lift it. We'll call that a high stick. Randall, take the face off. Won it, tried to get it to DeCamillis. Mass clears to the right blue line and out. Storm, back in over the left wing. Shot, Dittman squeezes that one for no rebound. Akey steps in to take the face-off for the Flyers. Won it clean. Backhands up to the blue line, but not out. Shot from the point, tipped. On target, Dittman holds that for the whistle. Both teams reset. Akey wins another. Jeffrey Stedman fell for a second. Regroups, turns and fires it down. That's on target. Storm goaltender plays it to the right of him. Andretti pressuring. Storm. Pass up to the center ice. Sloan bumps his man. They both collided. Akey turns and fires that to center ice. Storm regrouped at neutral. Bring it in over the zone. Shot. Dittman makes the save and holds it for the whistle. .37 seconds to go in the Flyers penalty. Telford in for the faceoff. Bouncing puck, won by the Storm. That shot was blocked. Telford to Gower. Gower shovels it. Felix picks up the loose puck and clears his own. Felix in over the right wing. Takes it wide. Lost the handle behind the Storm goal. No clear to the far wing. Savory pinching. To Felix and his legs. Storm get a piece of it. Savory getting back in time to Telford. Telford gets the zone. Backhands out on target. Storm. Right down the right wing. Back in Flyers territory. 5-on-5 shot blocked by Gower. Rebound comes all the way down behind the Flyers goal. Storm to Gower. He lifts it to the blue line out. No icing. Way was going to chase it, but thought better and went for the bench. Storm, all kinds of time in their own end. To the left wing, Gower tried to get it to Felix. Kelly picks up the loose puck, gains the zone. Kelly under pressure, lost the handle. Storm pick it up. No turn and fired to the far wing. Savory across to Gower. Gower to Kelly. Kelly to Felix. Felix. Kelly with the backhand, trying to get it back to Felix. Couldn't get the shot off. Cleared to the point. Savory kept it in. Loose puck comes to the middle of the ice. Kelly to Savory offside. We'll get the whistle. Face off just outside the Storm zone. Nickel in to take it. Bouncing puck. Storm get it. Will clear it off the boards for the Flyers blue line. Sloan turns and sends it back. DeCamillis sends it into the far corner of the Storm territory. Nickel pressuring Storm to the far half boards. Passed up to the middle. Randall pressuring his man. Lifts the stick. Sloan gets back. Storm are offside. They'll regroup all the way back in their own end. DeCamillis at the Storm blue line. He's getting pinned. Randall to Way. Way gets a shovel pass up to DeCamillis to Way on his backhand. Way walks in, shoots. Missed wide. Randall couldn't connect with the rebound. Sorry, DeCamillis turns, fires it to the near corner for Randall. Randall under pressure. Gets it to Nickel, has it in his feet. Loose puck. To the blue line. Way. Holds the zone, steps around. 1, 2. Loose puck sits there. Storm finally cleared out. Sloan picks up at his blue line, gets it to Nickel down the left wing. Nickel lifts it in behind the Storm goal. Storm to the corner. We'll bring it down the left wing. Way swiping at it. Got a piece of it. In over the blue line. Way all alone. Shoots off the crossbar. Rebound comes to the near far boards. Nearing attempt kept in by Andrade. He gets it to Randall. Randall with the weak shot. Doesn't get all of it. Rebound. Oh, and he scores. Flyers goal scored by number 13, Logan Randall. Assisted by number 16, Nathan Andrade. 10:27 to go in the third period. Telford steps in to take the face off after that Flyers goal. Puck through the legs, picked up by Akey. He'll get the zone down the left wing, or right wing, sorry. Played back to Mass at the blue line. He'll throw it off the boards, back to Akey. Center for Telford, shot, steered to the near side by the Storm goaltender. Storm up through center to the Flyers blue line. Mass kicked it off his own stick, gets the handle on it, gets to Andrade, to Telford down the left wing. Telford in over the Storm blue line. Under pressure, gets it in deep. Centering pass, didn't connect. That was Andrade with the shot, missed wide. Storm, miscommunication deep in the far corner. Storm with the puck. Trying to change directions. That'll just trickle by. Telford tries to get it out front, picked off by the Storm. Gower pinching. Cuts in front, backhand. I think that was on target. Goaltender cleared it to the far corner. Gower picks up his own rebound. Settles down behind the net. Gower. Front, the slot, shot by Mass. That hits a body and comes to the near wing. Andrade covering for Gower on the point. Centers it out of the reach. Mass content to keep it in deep. Andrade. Telford being kind of accosted behind the goal. Andrade gets it out front. Right to the Storm player, unfortunately, to the near blue line. Gower got there, chipped high over the glass and into the mesh. .8:41 to go in the third period. Kelly steps in to take the face-off. Bouncing puck to Felix. Shot, bad save. Rebound comes to the near corner, cleared off the boards. Kept in by Hunter. Storm will try to send it out the far side. Felix is there. Felix spins, gets it in deep. Shot through the blue paint. Hunter couldn't get a stick on it. Clear to the blue line. Not out yet. Storm. Down the right wing. Avery slows them down a little bit. Storm pick up the loose puck. Centering attempt off of Kelly's stick. Back to the near side. Avery behind Hunter. Off of Kelly at center to Felix. Felix lifts it into the zone. And they'll call that offside. Face off just outside the Storm zone. Nickel steps in to take it. Nickel won cleanly just over Savory's stick. Savory back. Tries to clear to the blue line. Randall falling. Savory gets to the blue line. Across to DeCamillis. He'll send it off the far wing. And out of the zone. Storm send it right back into Flyers territory. Jeffrey Stedman through the legs to Nickel. No one-touch pass to Randall. Randall in over the blue line, skates over to the right side. He scores! Flyers goal, scored by number 13, Logan Randall, second of the game. 7:25 to play in the third period. Nickel steps in to take the face-off for the Flyers for that goal. And draw. Randall and DeCamillis coming into the middle to get it. DeCamillis comes up with it. Off the right wing into the zone. Storm played off the boards. Doesn't go anywhere. Nickel steps into his man. Savory at the blue line. Kept it in for a second. Nickel back in the zone. Through the middle. Nickel with a shot. Bad save by the Storm goaltender. Nickel to DeCamillis with a quick shot. Again, steered wide to the far corner. DeCamillis lifts it off the backboards to the near side for Randall. Randall plays it to the far corner. DeCamillis is there. Storm get it to center. And over the left wing of the Flyers territory. Shot from a steep angle. Gitman, he was there. Rebound goes to behind the net to Jeffrey Stedman. Up to Akey down the right wing. Akey back in the Storm territory. Hits the brakes in the far corner. Centering pass to Telford. Telford throws it on net. Bouncing puck. And Grady had it bouncing. Couldn't bury the rebound. Cleared to Sloan at the point. He'll turn fired on net. Rebound. Telford shovels it towards the net. Misses just wide. Telford off the back door. Shot wide of the net. Storm to the blue line. Sloan has it in his feet. Holds the blue line. Storm to, Sloan to Andrade. To Akey in the far corner. Back to Andrade to Akey. Off the boards. Storm chipped it around Sloan to center ice. Way hard off the boards. The Storm bench staff were worried about that one. Way back in the zone down the left wing. Shot. In the glove, but I don't know if he dropped it. Five and a half minutes to go in the third. Kelly in for the face-off. In his feet. Kelly to Gower at the point. Gower steps around the attacker. Gets a shot off. Target. Goaltender holds that one for the whistle. Both teams reset. Kelly to the near boards. Mass with the shot. Missed just wide. Might have been deflected to the far corner. Storm misplay. Hunter. Kelly. He'll play it to Gower at the blue line. Kept in. Kelly to Hunter along the left boards. Storm come up with it. Mass gets back in time. Keep him out of the zone. Clear to the blue line by Mass. He'll take it down the right wing to center ice, and the Storm strip it there. Storm off the boards. Back to the Flyers blue line. Mass with a great stick at the last second to keep the Storm from getting the zone. There's to Hunter at the center ice. He'll lifted it just over the Storm blue line. Here to center, Mass. To Hunter and over the blue line. Storm pick up the loose puck. Spinning. They'll shovel that just outside the zone. Mass sends it back in. Mass pressuring. Kelly out front, falling. He gets taken out. Finally, they got penalty for the Storm. Flyers go to the power play. Nickel in for the faceoff. By the Storm to the far corner, thrown in front. Randall knocks that down. Nickel with the rebound, sits there, lets the shot go. I think that hit Randall's stick. Storm clears to the blue line. Savory with the shot. Loose puck. And he'll hold it for the whistle. Just under 4 minutes to go in the third period. Nickel back in for the faceoff. Bouncing puck picked up by DeCamillis. He'll play that to Jeffrey Stedman. Jeffrey Stedman across to Savory. Too much. Savory throws it out front. Bouncing puck. Held there by the Storm goaltender. Nickel back in for the faceoff. Loose puck. DeCamillis gets it to Jeffrey Stedman at the slot. Shot. Steered wide of the net. Randall throws it back out front. Savory kept it in. Loose puck picked up by DeCamillis. He'll take it to the near corner. Before he shovels it behind the net to the far side. DeCamillis thrown out front. Storm cleared to the far wing. Jeffrey Stedman pinching. Lifts it off the glass behind the net to DeCamillis. Randall back to Jeffrey Stedman from the point shot. That might have been deflected wide. Randall picks up the loose puck, and they're calling that a penalty. Sure what the call was, but Flyers player got ejected from the game. We got 4-on-4 for 55 seconds. Refs are chatting with the Flyers bench, just explaining what that call was for. Nickel to the box to serve the penalty. I don't know how long the penalty is for. Telford in for the draw. Storm at the blue line. Shot. He drops it off the post. Pittman jumps on the rebound. That was a quick whistle. Way to the box. Four on three for 49 seconds. Telford on the draw, shovels it forward, shot. Pittman got the save, rebound picked up by the Storm. They'll bring it behind the net to the near side. Trying to get out front. Telford with a good stick. Sloan steps in. Mass picks up the loose puck. Fires it off the boards and out. Storm are going to the box for something there. Storm to the box. Head contact. It's like 4 minutes. I've given up trying to keep the penalties posted on the game sheet. So we'll do 3-on-3 for 29 seconds. And then the Flyers go back to the penalty kill. Telford on the draw. One clean lead to the far wing. Sloan turns, keeps it into the far corner. Telford picks up the loose puck. Comes up with it to the face-off circle to Sloan at the point. Sloan lifts one on net. Bouncing puck. Telford turns, sends it across ice to the far corner. Sloan kept it in at the blue line. He'll throw that back on net. Bouncing puck again. Storm played to the near wing. Mass gets the shot out. Missed just wide. Storm players out of the box. 4-on-3 for a minute or less. Telford circling. Lets the shot go. Bouncing puck, rebound cleared out of the way by the Storm. Storm with possession will skate it up through center in the Flyers territory. Mass with a good stick to slow down. And again, Mass with a slash. He'll clear the Flyers territory down all the way down to the far corner of the Storm. Flyers change all three. Akey backhands it into the Storm territory. Clear up to center. Savory through his legs, gets the puck to the far side for Akey. He'll turn, fire it on net. 4-on-3 for 8 more seconds. Storm in over the blue line, right to Gower. Gower's got some room, steps around one, down through center, 4-on-4. Nichols out of the box. Gower through traffic, still has it. Pad save. Gower falling. Nickel couldn't bury the rebound. Flyers both out of the box. 1 minute to go in the period. Flyers to the power play. Storm with possession behind their net. Nickel pressuring. Way. He's going back to the box. Akey down the left wing. Flyers penalty number 14, Austin Way. .2 seconds to go in the period. Kelly steps in for the faceoff. Bouncing puck in the feet. Savory blocks that shot. Bad save by Gitman. Rebound cleared to the near corner. Kelly has it in his feet. Storm pick it up. Gower pressuring. Eyes it up. Still in the corner. Gets it to Hunter at the half boards. Hunter gets to the blue line, but not out. 20 seconds to go in the period. Gower pressuring his man. Puck's at the point. Storm to the near corner. It's the breaks. 10 seconds to go. Storm still in possession. Kelly bumps his man, picks up the loose puck. He'll lift that to the blue line, but not out. Shot. Last second. Pittman jumps on the rebound and holds on for the shutout. Good game, boys.